So guys, good afternoon. Welcome to the English challenge down at Luton Hoo this week. And if my hair looks horrendous and very wet, that's because I'm walking the golf course and I've just got caught in a storm and it's just started to rain again, so apologies for that. So guys, let's have a look at the hole 4 this week, the English challenge, par 3. 185 yards, 169 metres. Green and water. Definitely a back right flag will play very tough this week. So yeah, let's just show you that in the book. We've got 4 different tees, so they can play as short as 118 to the front. Put a really kind of front flag or back right flag, bring that water into play even more. Really good looking hole this week here, the English challenge. So they could have an easy flag here and a hard flag on the back right. This could be kind of like round 3, round 4, when people are challenging for the lead. Like I said, just walking down the 4th hole here, really good looking par 3, the first par 3 on the front 9 this week. Water short, tough flag back right, can play very, very tough this hole, especially if it plays into wind. So guys, that is the tee back there, and this is a look at it from the green. I just highlighted in the book, we've got 2 spots, one back right and one back left, roughly where the flag is this week, and that's shown you there on the book. That's just to play to those 2 spots and leave us south probably 10-15 foot to any flag that's around those 2 spots. Playing sensible on the first par 3 is a tricky one. That's a shot coming in here. Well, let's see how it reacts, and this is a good thing to do because it could be very spinny and it could determine whether you hit like a really kind of chippy shot or you hit kind of like a long shot in there trying to spin it. There you go. Definitely more room back, but then tricky kind of fast chip down the green. So got caught in another shower just walking the 5th hole, but actually it's okay now. So let's show you guys the 6th hole here this week. It's a par 4, 410 yards, blind tee shot. 6th hole here this week. Now it's a blind tee shot. You're going just over the crest of this hill, straight down there. And if you look at that in the book, it's somewhere between those blue and the red line, or the red triangles. And that leaves us right on the middle of the fairway. Blind tee shot is key. That's right there to get your line right on a blind tee shot, so you know where you're hitting, you know where your landing area is, so you don't hit a good shot into trouble. So I've not really said, but it's kind of a different format this week. It's an adjusted Stableford, so it's slightly different to the Stalefords you guys will play in your Saturday Stalefords or Thursday night Stalefords at your golf club. The points work slightly differently, so you get 5 for an eagle, 7 for an albatross, you gain 2 for a birdie, and you will lose 2 for a double bogey or worse. So all in all, you could rack up a very, very high amount of points, have a big lead coming down the last and just pick your ball up and then you've won. Whether that's the right thing to do or not, I don't know. But if you wanted to win and you had a lot of points, you definitely could do that. So it's a Stableford here this week, a brand new format, never been done on the challenge show before. I'm looking forward to it. It means you can be quite aggressive, I think. Take into account you can make a lot of birdies and still make only a few bogeys, and you won't really affect your score that much. So for me, I like the Stableford. I think it's going to be really good fun, totally different, bringing the scoring different into a game of golf and making it a lot more fun and interesting for you guys to watch at home. So guys, just approaching that red dot, which is the red dot, the 275 in the book, and then you've got the blue triangle up here as well, which is 325 at the tee, playing one down. So we're somewhere between here and the red dot behind me, depending what club we hit, leaving us roughly about 127 to 102 to the front, which is the green right here. So definitely one of the birdie opportunities here this week. Tee all the way back there, playing into this wide fairway, bit of room left and a bit of room right. Definitely one of the birdie holes out here this week. So what I do on most holes as well when I come out and walk is just see how thick the rough is either side, because it's just good to know which way is kind of your better miss than not. Depending on the wind, you could aim it there and afford to miss it up the right or miss it up the left. It's good to know where your misses are and where the rough is not as thick. This rough is pretty thick here on the right on the 6th, and towards the trees looks pretty thick, but generally quite a wide fairway here at the 6th. Green on the 6th now too. Look at it, it's quite a small green, all spinning from this to the flag all the way down to the front over here. Just going to roll a few balls into the back right just to see how it's going to roll and slope from the putts. You can see there's a little bit left to right and straighten at the end, and then a little bit this way. Again a little bit left to right and then off the green if the flag was on there, but to me the flag won't get one at the front here, it's too slopey. It's going to be one towards the back, one in here, and definitely 2 back here for the weekend. From the approach down there, definitely be aggressive to this hole. definitely a birdie opportunity, like I said. Got a few back as well, go the slope. Now for me this is key. This is just working out which way the ball's going to react on the green, so you know not only how your putts are going to go, but also how the ball's going to react on the ground when it lands on the green too. So guys, just started the back 9 on the 11th, and really interestingly, this is a 502 yard par 4. Now, this usually plays as a par 5 in any normal kind of event. And I think in the Euro Pro a couple of weeks ago, where Sam Connor won, they played as a par 5 too. But this week, they're playing as a par 4. Certainly a long par 4, second shot, a long second shot over the water. Going to play a lot harder, a lot tougher than if it would just be an easy. For me, it would be an easy par 5, but it's going to play a very, very strong par 4. So guys, looking back from the tee, which is just back there, the little white area. This is the landing area, and there's the green. So as you can see, you're going to be driving it just over this mound, which is 270 carry, 270 downhill. It was 275 plus minus your 5 down the hill. You're going to be kind of landing it into this area here. Second shot towards the green, which is usually our second for a long shot into a par 5. But the pros here this week, the guys are going to probably have about 230, 240 to the flag. Like I said, playing a very, very strong par 4 this week. Guys, I'm just approaching the number 1. Now, that's that carry of 270. You can see the right corner, which we've highlighted on line with B, which plays into this large area here. Then that's going to leave roughly 221 to the front, to a back flag, which could be 20 on. Like I said, you could have that 240 flag. A little bit of room out right, not so much room left, so definitely a right miss in this fairway. Second shot's played over all this water. Looking good looking hole, strong hole. Definitely take 4 pars here this week, or 4 0-pointers with the adjusted Stableford. So approaching the 11th green, view back from the fairway over the water, and as you can see, it's a really narrow green. It's very fat left to right and not very fat front to back, so getting that yardage, getting the right clubs, absolutely key here. Greens are fairly soft, so it's going to be quite easy to hold on the greens, but due to par 5 greens, a little bit undulated, so it's going to play tricky as a par 4. So guys, now walking the 13th, and you know I was saying about the 12th playing a long hole, sorry, the 11th playing a long hole. This 13th is a 246 yards to the front par 3. Not much trouble around it, miss is definitely short, left is some thick rough, but a super long par 3. Definitely going to play its par 3 this week. Usually sometimes the shorter ones and normal length par 3s can definitely sometimes play slightly under the par if the greens are soft, because the guys are just like throwing darts and hitting it close to the flag, but this one is going to play its par 3. So as you can see, this is the green, 246 yards par 3 to the front. So we're going to bag the flag at the back. I guess they will move the tee forward to make sure it's not plays long, but this is the green. Don't want to go left, definitely this is short and right, might bounce in off here as well. I'm going to pop a spot right in the middle of that green. 14 on our spot every single time to every single flag. Play this one, take our 3 and run. 14th hole this week. Dog leg left. The green is just round this corner. Now you can either drive it into the second part of the fairway or drive into this fat bit of the fairway just here. So guys, this is what I was saying, you can either drive it onto the red dot, that'll be conservative play, leaving you 104 to the front, or you can use A as your max. You can see on the right hand side of the page there, and you can get the ball a little bit further up there, a little bit closer, but bringing the rough on the left and bringing the rough on the right into play. So it's weighing up whether that risk is worth it to this flag. Looking at the green, small green, again very slopey. So we'll walk down this hole. I love the look of this rough, left and right. Looks a really cool place. So a really interesting fact about this course this week, there is not a single bunker on it. I think that's a first, and definitely a first for the courses out here on the Challenge Tour. Not a single bunker out on the golf course. Better for the green staff, better for me, I don't have to rake as many, but in general it's definitely have to be protected by the rough and the greens and its length. So guys, just approaching the yellow dot, which is 220 off the tee, and then our next dot, which is 245, which is for me in this bowl here is the perfect place to leave it. You can see that red square right there, leaving you short irons to the green, definitely just a wedge. Even if it plays into the wind, it's not playing long. For me, there's no real reason why to take the risk of hitting it up here into the rough or landing on an upslope or downslope, one of these nodules. It's a short hole, play to the spot, take advantage of the short hole, make it simple. Guys, if this tee moves up, definitely think we probably still might play to the same spot there, but you may be able to drive it into here, because here the rough's okay. Just literally leaves you a chip onto this green. So if the tee comes up, you can move your line a little bit to the left from the tee straight onto where I am here, into this rough. You'll have a good lie, and leaving you a short chip to this green. So let's just walk up to this green and see, because the flag out on the right will look like it's on its own on the right hand side. The flag on the left will look pretty accessible from the middle of the fairway because you're playing straight on the teeth of the green. But that flag on the right is going to look like it's out on its own and definitely tough to get close to. Definitely need to be on the fairway. Just rolling a few on here again, like we said before. Like I said before, just rolling a few balls just to get where the ball's going to move on the green, not necessarily putting, but hitting shots into the green here this week. So that's a quick look at the 14th. Let's get on with the rest of the round. So guys, the final hole I'm going to show you this week is the par 5 17th, 517 yards and 473 metres. There's 16th green. Here's the 17th hole. Now the line is slap bang on that tree on the left. So here we're going to hit straight over the right edge of this tree, leave us roughly around that's going to leave us roughly around 217 to 249 to the flag, depending on if it's into wind or downwind. The book, we're going to straight over that tree. Going to leave us just short of these ones on the left. Now this is going to be quite a difficult one because it might be a par 5 where you don't hit driver in order to not block yourself out for your second shot to go for the green in 2. Very narrow green up towards 17. So guys, this is what I was meaning about the second shot. This tree is 300 yards, so basically probably 330 yards to carry it, which is not going to be carryable. For me, we're going to play into this area here, use A as our max, which you can see in the book here on the left hand side is 288. But 3 up, so that plays 291. That's going to leave us pretty much a straight shot down to the green. So this area here between the yellow dot and the next cross is our area to play into to leave us a clear shot to the green. I'm not going to take on the tree, there's no need. This is still a par 5 we can reach in 2, even taking 3 wood or even iron off the tee. So just to highlight on the book there guys, I've written max 280 to leave us a nice area between the yellow and the red square to have a nice clear shot this narrow green. That's a prime example why walking a course or playing a practice round is key, because you might have got out here on a par 5 and thought, oh, it's a par 5, I've got to hit driver to get up in 2. But the key thing with these yardage books as well, which definitely helps us, and we probably wouldn't have hit driver, but if you don't have this yardage book and you've not seen a golf course before, I think most players' natural instinct is then to pick out driver and hit it because it's a par 5. But this is a prime example where position is key to give you a nice clear shot to the green. You don't have to manoeuvre around a tree, you don't have to lay up short, you can go straight for that narrow green. So I managed to stay dry for the second half of this and just walking down the 17th now. And the reason I'm going to show you guys a lot more of the golf course than I usually do is Tom's not arriving until tomorrow. He's had a few days at home, a bit of practice at home, which is more valuable when they're pro tomorrow. So I'll meet him tomorrow morning, do some practice, and then off tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 PM in the shotgun start pro-am. So guys, just approaching this cross in the book, which would where you'd have to lay up to in order if you were behind one of these trees on the left or the right hand side of the fairway. Now for me, that hopefully shouldn't happen. We've worked out where we need to be. This is the walk up to the narrow green and kind of the entry we're going to have. We have to contend with this tree and definitely base that in to our calculations and where we're going to have to carry the ball. You've probably got to carry the ball to the middle of the green in order to avoid that, or you try and chase it up the green, up this little bit here, and take that tree out of play along the ground. Now you can see how narrow this green is. It's only 10 yards wide in some areas. See where the flag is today? It's only 10 yards wide, so it's definitely a tricky one. Let's just try and throw some balls up and see which way this one goes. A little bit left to right off the left and a little bit right to left up the right. So kind of a little bit of a crown shaped green. Definitely one we need to be on in 2 and hopefully take advantage of a short par 5, make that birdie get those 2 points, or even eagle, get those 5 points. A little back of that tree you have to contend with coming into the second shot onto the green. Narrow is 5 and 5, that's 10 yards wide in bits. Sometimes at the back it's only 8 yards wide, really narrow. As you can see, I put a dot there we have to carry it to avoid that tree, and left is better than right for your miss. So guys, Tuesday evening, just finished walking the golf course. I forgot to mention actually, I've brought my golf clubs down this week. There's actually a golf course right near where we're staying on the driving range, so I'm definitely going to get some practice in most nights, and I'll show you guys, hopefully, some productive practice, because I'm actually playing on Monday in a Pro-Am, an Andrew Murray Pro-Am, which are really well run, by the way, guys. So I'll leave you a link down below in the description to his website, and you can check out all his Pro-Ams, some great golf trips, which hopefully I'll be attending. There's a Masters trip, which looks unbelievable. It's also a Monterey Golf School in Portugal, which again is a great trip. So be sure to check that out. I'm playing his Pro-Am, charity Pro-Am, can't wait. Hopefully come in some good form, I can practice this week. Good evening, guys. So you know I said I brought my golf clubs with me. I'm just heading down to the driving range now to do a little bit of practice, and I'll take you guys along with me. So guys, just got back from the driving range. I think it was a pretty successful, well, apart from it only took pound coins, so I only didn't have any cash, and actually I managed to find £1 coin at the bottom of my golf bag, so thankfully I managed to get 20 golf balls, but 20 golf balls is better than nothing. A little bit of practice this evening. I'm going to hit 50 balls tomorrow night. I'm going to try and hit as many balls as I can. Just want to get into the groove of things, ready for next Monday. Don't get that much chance at the moment to hit many balls, so any chance I do get, it's great to get out and hit some. My feeling tonight was trying to just stay in posture, and my path sometimes gets a little bit left and my divot gets left, so I was trying to feeling tonight that I was staying in posture and hitting a draw shot. Oh, wow guys, incredibly sweaty after that run. Good morning everyone, it's 7:30 in the morning, Wednesday morning. So I thought I'd keep up this fitness regime of going for a run. Went twice last week in France, so I thought I'd start this week off with a good one and start off with like a little 5k run this morning. So 7:30, done my 5k run. So basically my fitness regime is I've not had that much chance to go into the gym, so I thought at least 3 times a week when I'm away, I'm going to definitely make sure I go on a 5k run at least 3 times. So there's my one first this week. It's my first day away really. Monday I spent down at Bunker Mentality with looking at the new 2017 range, and the autumn winter range is so good. The Gilet, look out for the Gilet, the Elliott Gilet. Got to be my favourite. I mean, I'll leave you guys to wonder why that is my favourite. So about to go and get changed, go and get a shower, head down to the golf course, meeting Tom at 10. We're going to do some practice, grab some lunch, play the Pro-Am, and get our prep done this afternoon. Good evening guys, it's 7:30 in the evening. We've just got back from the Pro-Am, absolutely shattered. We teed off at 12:45. And it was, well, it's quite a long Pro-Am, they always are, and we had a little bit of something afterwards with all the team as well. But we had a really good team actually. We got our prep done on the golf course, so we're happy about that. We've seen all the holes, we've got our strategy, we've looked at how the course looks, and so what bits are soft, what bits are firm. A bit like I said in the course when I showed you yesterday. But we went and confirmed that with Tom hitting shots, not just seeing other guys play those shots. But like I said, we had a good Pro-Am team actually. We had 83 points, one guy was off 2, other 2 off 11, so all in all a really good fun day, seeing the golf course, and we're very happy with our prep heading out tomorrow. So tomorrow we are off at 12:30, similar to our Pro-Am team time, and then 7:30 on the Friday. So there are 2 tee times for the first 2 days. So guys, be sure to check us out. Go on the Challenge website, search Tom Murray, see how we get on. Fingers crossed you see us at the top of that leaderboard, and have a good week. So that's all that's left me to do is end this week's vlog. As always guys, I hope you enjoyed, a more in-depth look at the golf course this week. I know you got to see a lot more holes, and I'm going to try and do that more often. I think it's better for you guys to see more holes, get a feel for the flavour of what the course is like and how they set up and how challenging they are with a thick rough. I know there's no bunkers this week, but the rough is very thick in certain areas, which you saw. As always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. It's free. All you're going to do is have that Google Mail account, hit that subscribe button, and you keep up to date with everything Alex Elliott Golf, whether it be the caddy diaries, tips, course vlogs. There's so much more cool, interesting content to come. As always, thank you for watching, and see you next week on Alex Elliott Golf.